Hello, my name is Sorg and I come from a far distant planet where it rains diamonds. I am an explorer, what you call a David Attenborough. As I was entering your atmosphere, my ship called Shippy McShitface burnt up into your atmosphere and I broke down my storage system. I only have one room, one technology, so I quickly grabbed my inframergeologer. I approached a bunch of youngsters and asked what they do. They said they had taken photographs, selfies, and uploading them to Snapchat using their smartphones. And I had so many questions to ask. What is a smartphone? What is a photograph? What is a Snapchat? And what on earth is a smartphone?
So, what is Snapchat?
So Snapchat is an instant messaging service that you can get on your phone. You communicate with each other by just taking pictures of yourself and sending it to whoever you want to send to, and you can even add like a little tagline on there just so you can show what you're writing.
Mobile phones that we can't live without now. It's actually been in this world for only 20 years. The history of mobile phones actually goes back to 1908 when a US patent was issued in Kentucky for a wireless telephone. Mobile phones were invented as early as the 1940s when engineers worked at AT&T developed cells for mobile phones base stations. The very first mobile phones were not really mobile phones at all. They were actually two-way radios that allowed people like taxi drivers and the emergency service to communicate. The first handheld mobile phones was mass-produced on the 3rd of April 1973 by a company called Motorola. People didn't start using the term smartphone until 1995, but the first true smartphone actually made its debut 3 years earlier in 1992. It was called the Simon Personal Communicator, and it was created by IBM more than 15 years before Apple released the iPhone that we know today.
So, this is an iPhone. An iPhone has a camera, okay?
A camera is an optical instrument for recording or capturing images which may be stored locally or transmitted to another location. The first permanent photograph was made in 1826 from a sliding wooden box made by Charles Vins. This is a camera, and this is a camera lens, and you can use it. This is a latest model, so it's like a Canon Mark III is not what they first used. And with this one, what you do, you focus on an object, let's say this laptop here, and you just press a button and you take an image, you know. Year 2000, the first digital camera phone was introduced in Japan. By the mid 2000, all cell phones has an integrated digital camera. In 2010, almost all smartphones had a camera.
With the camera, you can take pictures. You can take a picture of something like, for example, this flower. I really like this flower, and I will just take a picture of it. What I can do with this one, I just go to my camera and I just take a picture of it, like this, and then I can have a look at it. What does the picture look like? And I can zoom it in as well, and I can see the picture and the flower, how beautiful it does look. Well, basically, with the iPhone, you can download loads of different types of apps as well. One of the apps is called Snapchat, which is really popular with lots of young teenagers. For example, the students, they use Snapchat to communicate with each other. Lots of fitness models use Snapchat to communicate with each other. Celebrities use it to endorse lots of like brands, such as like their makeup line, their t-shirts and stuff like that. How do you get Snapchat on your phone? What you have to do, just go to the App Store. On the App Store, you click on search, and on the search, what you can do, just type Snapchat. And as you can see, the Snapchat will come into your search, and it say install it. Well, I already have a Snapchat on my phone, so what I can do, just click on it, and it will just take me to the Snapchat. On a Snapchat, If I do this, you can see I have loads of friends and they have like loads of stories as well. Let's say I do my friend Dominic. He's watching a movie. Then I have loads of different friends, like, you know, I can just slide, like if I wanted to watch their story, I can. If I don't want to see their story, I don't want to. For example, this is one of my mates, Gary. If I click on it, he's drinking. That's his car. And that's it. And you get lots of advertisements as well. Euro lottery, you know, it can be used for the advertisements as well. If you wanted to take a selfie, what you can do, just click on this button. And then you can just, I can see myself and I can take a really good selfie here.
So the internet is a way of communicating. It sends 2 packets of information from one place to the next place. The computer, or the device that actually sends the packet of communication at the start, encrypts it, which basically means that it takes it and complicates it, and then it simplifies it at the other end with the device. What that does is it ensures that 2 devices can communicate over a long distance. Previously they used to do this with telephone lines, but in 1965, around the Cold War time, the American government decided that they needed a way to communicate if the telephone lines were cut. And what they did, they created a lot of devices, so a lot of computers. They connected them all together, but they connected them all together individually. So what that meant, if one, say for example in the event of a nuclear war, if one of the devices was cut, it basically meant that they would still be able to communicate with a number of other different people because they would still have those connections. Now, as time went on, obviously they used it as a communication device, the army mainly. It was called ARPANET. Now, in 1990, there was an engineer of ARPANET called Tim Berners-Lee. He decided that he wanted to make it available for the general public to be able to communicate with each other. So what they did was they created something called HTML, which is basically a language that communicates with different computers. So this language basically translates what's written in the code to what you actually see on screen, so it makes it readable. Previously, if you went to a site like Facebook, rather than writing in facebook.com, you would have to write in an IP address, which would be something along the lines of 89.77.25.69:80083, or something along those lines, but Facebook didn't exist back then. What they did was they actually simplified it so that you would be able to create a web address, so www, which stands for the World Wide Web, and actually change that so that it would be more readable and more easier for people to actually be able to memorize. You're not going to memorize a sequence of numbers, but you were able to memorize something familiar, as for example Facebook.com. The way that ties into modern applications is Wi-Fi. Now, Wi-Fi is a wireless way of communicating. You've got the main core infrastructure of the internet, which communicates with each other, and then you've got wireless networking, which is radio waves that are sent out from these devices into the atmosphere so that devices can actually communicate with them. Now, this is what's in a smartphone. Now, the smartphone connects to the internet wirelessly, and then it's able to communicate through applications like Snapchat, so the Snapchat can actually send their communications forward through to another person's device halfway across the world.
Hi, how often do you use Snapchat?
Every day.
Every day?
Every single day.
What do you use it for?
Mostly just to message people I'm talking to.
Yeah? If there wasn't a Snapchat, do you think that would affect your life?
A little bit, because I feel like Snapchat makes my life a bit easier. I'm not a person who likes those texts to be there, because I feel like if those texts are there, I'm more inclined to read over them and overanalyze, whereas with a Snapchat, it's there and then it's gone. And you can also control like how often and how long they see it for, which I kind of like that.
Yeah. What if someone takes a screenshot on your Snapchat? Would you know it?
I've caught some sneaky
Oh, so you can catch
screenshots.
people?
Yeah, you can actually
can catch
catch them
people.
if they've screenshotted anything.
And how
Doesn't
can you
matter
catch
how long ago it was. I mean, actually sends you a notification.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's really cool things to know. What do you think? What is Snapchat?
A good way to share what's happening in your day, really. I mean, if you don't use Messenger, Instagram, there's always Snapchat. It's always new platform, almost everyone has it. And it has a lot of great features.
Yeah, I'd say it's just a good way to talk to your mates. Like, for me and my mates, it's just a good way to like share a lot of funny stuff. It's like happening, like if we're out, we just send Snapchats to each other, like whatever's happening, just stuff like that. Right? Yeah, it's a good way to like, show your day. Like,
What's wrong with curly hair? I got curly hair.
Sean, so a camera.
My name's not Sean.
It's fine.
Okay, we're rolling.
Are you being serious? Like seriously?
Sure, what planet are you from, mate?
I'm from a far distant planet where it rains diamonds.
What's it called? Do you have thought of the name of it yet?
Uskakakawa. Uskakakawa.
I think you're from Jupiter.
No, why?
You just look like someone from Jupiter because you're so big.
Are you calling me big?
It must have been love.